This is non-negotiable for your brain. Welcome to day 127 of our Supersize You Annual Challenge. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here, and today we are talking about something that is essential. And I can admit that I have not paid attention to this in large segments of my life. And my brain and my thinking definitely paid the price for that. My decision making was negatively impacted. And that is the thing that's non-negotiable. Can you guess what it is? Is it people we surround ourselves with that we talked about the other day? Is it something that you need, a supplement or something crazy? No. The non-negotiable thing with respect to our brain and its ability to function is sleep. Sleep is non-negotiable when it comes to making sure that we have a brain that can function the way it's designed to function, that it will work when we need it to. Sleep deprivation causes so many negative things. And I used to only get like 4 hours sleep a night. That was on a good night. But I guess I would average 4 or less hours sleep a night. It was back when I was in corporate America, running businesses, raising and having my 2 kids in school at the time, in a relationship that was not healthy for me, or the kids. But we tell ourselves all kinds of crazy things when we're in the midst of a situation. Sometimes we think that the devil we know is better than the devil and the fear of changing. And I would say that I definitely was a victim of that, probably because I was sleep deprived so much of those decades. So, the whole philosophy, I'll sleep when I'm dead. No, you'll be dead sooner if you don't get enough rest. They've done studies, scientists way smarter than me, have done all kinds of studies on sleep and the importance of sleep and sleep deprivation. And they have found that people that get 7 to 8 hours sleep every night function, they have better cognitive abilities, they can think better, they can problem solve better, they can make decisions faster and easier. The brain actually works because it's had time to rest and recharge. And we humans, we're set up that we need to rest and recharge every single day. I remember hearing about, I can't remember what the disease is, but it's a disease where people literally cannot sleep. And I think the longest living person that's had that only lasted like a year and a half or something. And then they died. They literally died because their brain couldn't function anymore. It needed a rest and a reset, and it never got it. I think there might be a movie about that, but I remember hearing that a long time ago now, and that helped me to prioritize my sleep. Sometimes we need terrible stories to help us make a change. Hopefully you don't need that. Sleep hygiene. What the heck does that mean? We want to pay attention to our sleep hygiene. We want to have a consistent sleep schedule. I've always been a morning person, but I don't know when it was that I realized that it was after college for sure. It's easier and better for me personally to get up at the same time every single day. And now specialists recommend that you set a timer, not just an alarm, not just to wake up, but an alarm to get you to go to bed on time so that you get your 7 to 8 hours sleep every single night. I will admit I do not do that, but I might try it based on what I've learned because I think it might be a benefit. I know we struggle in our household to get to bed, 2 young children in the home, and sometimes they're not ready to wind down and go to sleep when they should, right? And so they don't get enough sleep. And the thing is, when you're young and you're developing and you're growing every single day, that's where sleep is even more imperative and more important for you to get. So today, I challenge you to commit to getting 7 to 8 hours sleep every night for the next 7 days and see how it makes you feel. I'm challenging myself to do that because I've been working on a couple of big projects and I know I have not been getting 7 to 8 hours sleep a night. I'm sleeping in an extra hour in the morning, what does that do? That makes me feel like I'm behind all the time from my usual schedule. So I want to get back to not doing that. Well, that requires that I go to bed before midnight, right? To even get my 4 hours sleep a night. Excuse me. And pay attention to the quality of your sleep and how your days go after you've had a good night's sleep versus not enough sleep. I know that my days the next day tend to be negatively impacted because I'm drained, I'm tired. My brain did not have enough time to reset and recharge. My body didn't have enough time to reset and recharge. So share in the comments below how many hours of sleep you get a night right now and how many you're committed to getting over the next 7 nights. Let's do it together and comment and share if it works for you or if it doesn't, or if something came up, so we can support one another in this little mini challenge of getting enough rest, getting enough sleep. Instead of asking reflective questions, I'm going to ask that you think of an area of mental health and well-being that you want to apply the SOAP framework to. Just think of a challenge area. I like to do the SOAP framework on challenge areas because it was born out of the COVID pandemic, and I've been using it ever since to deal with the stuff that comes up every single day. Challenges, setbacks, problems, most people would call these, but this is the solution. The faster we can get to a solution in any situation, the better off we always are. Because procrastinating and not making a decision is making a decision. Not acting is a decision to not face something, and that usually does not bode well for us because stuff will just happen without us then, without our input. So think of a challenge area for mental health and well-being. I don't know what mine's going to be. I have to think of mine. I'll share mine in the comments below when I come up with it today. And then starting tomorrow, in addition to our daily topic, we'll talk about the S, the O, the A, and the P for the next 4 days. Goes through the weekend, and through Monday, but I think that's okay. I'm trying to share that it doesn't matter when you do this or how you start it or when you apply a process. I automatically apply the process, the SOAP framework now, because it's so ingrained in my subconscious. I've literally done it thousands of times for myself in my life, and another probably 10 to 40,000 times with other people. So let's learn this tool, and you can make it your own, or you can say, nah, that doesn't work for me. I'm going to go back to my 3-step process, because we all already have a process for dealing with challenges and obstacles and setbacks. We just usually have not considered it and asked ourselves, okay, is this really the best process for me? And so far, the SOAP framework has been the best process for me. That's why I keep using it, and that's why I teach it and share it. All right, if I can help you in any way, hit me up and ask. Otherwise, have an awesome day, and I will, of course, be with you tomorrow. Bye.